How to control anger. To control anger, we first need to understand the reason behind anger. Why do we get angry? And is it right to be angry in some situations? Once we understand the reasoning, then we can focus on treating the root cause. And if we do this right, your anger will be automatically controlled or vanished. Try to get this through an example. If you have a headache because of some gastric issue in your stomach, then you would probably want to treat the gastric issue rather than just taking painkillers for headache, right? Because till the time the gastric issue is not solved, the pain is going to reoccur. The point I'm trying to make here is, if you want to resolve any problem permanently, then you need to treat the root cause of it. Now let's see what Bhagavad Gita says about anger. Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, 62nd verse. It says, while contemplating on the objects of the senses, one develops attachment to these things. Attachment leads to desire, and from desire arises anger. Think about the last time you were angry at something and try to figure out the actual reason behind it. Now think about the last to last time, and maybe think about any random incident when you became really mad at something. You'll notice that no matter what the situation is, the basic reason behind anger is always an interrupted or unfulfilled desire. We get angry whenever something doesn't happen as per our wish, or if it doesn't happen the way we wanted it to happen. Now this seems to be quite obvious. If something doesn't go by our plans, we naturally become frustrated and then angry. Let's check out what Bhagavad Gita says about it. Chapter 16, verse 21 says, there are 3 gates leading to hell, the hell of self-destruction for the soul. They are lust, anger, and greed. Therefore, everyone should abandon these 3. So as per Bhagavad Gita, anger is unacceptable. And it clearly asks to just abandon it. But why? And the answer to why is given in chapter 2, verse 63. The verse says, due to anger, foolishness or madness arises. Due to this insanity, the power of thinking is exhausted. When the power of thinking is exhausted, intelligence is lost, and the person whose intellect has perished is ruined. This verse is pretty much self-explanatory and makes it very clear as to why being angry is the worst thing we can do. You might have noticed, many a times it happens that your anger controls a situation or gets the work done or stops someone from doing the wrong thing. But if you look a bit more closely, in all these circumstances, you actually just make the other person realize that you are angry, but you aren't really angry at those times. Yes, it's true. Try to observe it. Now that we know anger is a bad thing in every possible situation, and we also know the reason behind it, why it occurs, so we'll now try to treat it. A bit difficult, but the best way is to understand and make others understand. Bhagavad Gita's chapter 2, verse 56 says, one whose mind remains undisturbed in misery and who does not crave for pleasure at the time of happiness, whose attachment, fear, and anger are destroyed, is called a person of steady intellect. This verse says to be equipoised in every situation, which makes our intellect stable. Now you tell me, does a person with a balanced intellect get angry every now and then? No, they don't. Wise people don't get angry even in the worst situations. It's not that they don't try to get out of a bad situation or rectify it. It's just that they don't do so by being angry. And even otherwise, just think about it. What good can anger do to a person? Chapter 2, verse 27 says, anything which is started has a definite end, and anything which is finished is sure to start again. Therefore, the unresolvable thing you are contemplating is not worth mourning. To simplify this verse, it says not to waste your precious time and energy on anything which doesn't have a solution. And there are things which doesn't have solution, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, mostly these are the things we get angry about. You get angry when something is not done the right way. Now we need to understand the task which is already done cannot be undone. If you want to rectify things, you may want to try to redo it. But again, anger is not going to turn the time back and undo the mistake. So it becomes entirely your choice then. If you want to be angry and waste your time and energy on something which cannot be changed, or if you want to think logically and figure out what next. If we understand these two things correctly, first, we don't have to grieve over what's already done, and second, we should try to be equipoised in every situation so that our intellect is stable. We would take much better decisions, and 95% of the times you won't even think of anger as an option. Still, here are some direct methods to control yourself when you are in a state of anger. First one, understand your body. Whenever you are hungry or excessively tired, you get mad at small little things. Notice it the next time it happens. An important thing over here is it's just not your body which gets tired. Sometimes your mind is in much worse condition. If you find yourself angry because of hunger or tiredness, try to munch on something or take a rest before you shout on someone. Second, this is an old one, but it works 100%. Slow down your speed of breathing. Take deep breaths. Focus on them and count 10 consecutive breaths. Now, what's the logic behind it? Most of the time, when we are angry, our mind and our body are functioning at different places. Through this process, we bring them in the same space and place. Doing so helps in focusing at the present. And when we focus on one thing at a time, especially the present, our intellectual capabilities work better, and hence we take better decisions. Once you calm down, become an observer. Try to look at things from a third person's perspective. Trust me, you'll yourself realize how illogical it is for you to be angry. Now the last one, which is the abstract of Bhagavad Gita. Don't get attached. If you are not attached, you won't take things personally. And believe it or not, but without taking anything personally, you cannot be angry. When you are not attached, you're free. And if you become really completely free, would you want to be angry? No, absolutely not. You would want to be smiling, happy. So it's just this realization that life is a very beautiful gift, and the thing you're angry about is not precious than your smile. Don't let your freedom be the price of your attachments. Take care of yourself. Speak good, listen good, watch good. Good things will follow. We'll meet soon with a different topic. Radhe Radhe.